This is part one of a short three-part series which aims to break down solipsism, nihilism, and hedonism, what I've coined the unholy trinity of philosophy. And the intent of this series is for you, the viewer, to develop an understanding of the evolution of these ideas and how they've been embraced by society in varying degrees, plus their visible influence on the current state of the world today. Initially, let's touch on existentialism, a term used by philosophers which considers the human condition as a key philosophical problem. Further to that, 4 points which explain the term. 1, existence is inherent to the individual. In other words, my existence, your existence, and their existence. 2, investigation of the meaning of being. 3, consequently, this opens up a diverse range of thought to contemplate, which one may or may not choose to commit to. And 4, being defined as existing in the world and inhabiting it. And those points are commonly delved into via ontology, which is simply the study of being in general. So what is solipsism? No great philosopher has embraced or endorsed it. Solipsism can be expressed as the viewpoint, I am the only mind that exists, or my mental states are the only mental states. It is me, myself, and I solidified in the individual's mind. For the solipsist, existence is defined by their perception and conscious experience only, including physical objects, other people, events, and processes. Solipsists reject that there could be thoughts, experiences, and emotions other than their own. It's an egocentric approach to life, and from their point of view, everyone else is an NPC in a game of their own making. To counter this view, one could, through simple observations of one's own bodily activity, infer that others generally behave the same in similar circumstances. And furthermore, there are certain embedded codes, diverse languages, history, and traits indicative of human thoughts, actions, and existence. It is legitimate to infer other human beings do indeed have mental lives, but solipsists somehow perform mental gymnastics that by virtue of their supposed omnipotence, all the effects they outwardly perceive are theirs and theirs alone. It's delusional. They believe they are God. Solipsists believe in the biggest lie. What is the biggest lie? That there is no such thing as truth. It ties into aspects of nihilism. Truths exist. They are knowable and discoverable. Solipsism isn't based in common sense. We are agents of our own actions, coexisting and co-creating in this reality. To believe that the 8 billion lives being lived are determined by just one individual is an audacious, selfish, and flawed ideology. But it is one that can enable an individual to draw significant power from if their belief in it is strong. In its extreme form, it exhibits psychopathy. The individual cannot conceive of empathy, thus giving rise to a violent or abusive disposition which may be acted upon by an unbalanced individual without remorse.
In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, the Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire for a safe and secure society.
So this is how liberty dies.
The book Apotheosis, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Luciferianism and the Left-Hand Path by Michael W. Ford is an introductory text into the subject. Luciferianism has similarities with Satanism, but supposedly sits higher in the hierarchy of those belief systems. Now, Satanism isn't about a red-horned, hooved creature wielding a pitchfork. It's worth doing some of your own research into its actual tenets and goals in order to gain an understanding of the topic. The word apotheosis means exaltation to divine rank or stature, deification and elevation to a preeminent or transcendent position, and glorification. Ex-Satanist Mark Passio, who has shared his personal knowledge of the inner workings of these organizations and groups, has stated there are both light Luciferians, those who work towards good and right moral action, and dark Luciferians, those who seek to serve themselves and push control-oriented agendas. Now, I read Apotheosis last year, and I want to share some key points which are written in the text for you to consider. So they believe they are God. There's an emphasis in the text that for them to use cunning and deception. The pursuit of power and indulgence is a human right. Darkness and terror are tools to be utilized. The goal is not to dissolve the ego, but to ignite it. An excerpt from the book details a Luciferian initiation, and I quote, "I must seek insight from experience, applying knowledge I attain to accumulate the inner and outer power I seek. In illumination I shall open the gates of my inner depths of darkness, gathering the primal desires and passions which shall be balanced by my conscious mind. By the path of liberation and illumination the fiery essence shall blaze with a black light, and I will shape my apotheosis." End quote. Sounds a lot like solipsism to me.